ML Nation, this is Simon Chan, and I'm fired up to bring our special guest from Denmark. We have Mona Christensen. Hey Mona, are you ready to make it happen?
I am so ready to pass on experiences.
Mona Christensen has over 17 years of network marketing experience and an experienced number of ups and downs. It wasn't until she went through a really tough time in her life where she became a single mom and at the same time saw her dad become paralyzed by a stroke that Mona started to achieve success. Mona has a background in psychotherapy and credits her success with a team culture that allows people to grow in a healthy way. Her motto is, "We do love." Today, Mona is a six-figure earner with a team of over 10,000 reps. So Mona, I've given ML Nation a brief intro, but please tell us more about your background. How did you take us 17 years ago? What were you doing, and how did you discover network marketing?
Well, I had a good friend, and she was selling some nutritional supplements and talked me into buying a start package. But I never did anything with it. But I really wanted to support her. But I didn't see myself as a salesperson. I saw myself more as a people's person. I wanted to work with people, and I didn't really see that network marketing was a people's business. I just saw the products and thought that's not for me. So the first 11 years, I supported her, bought some products for myself, and when she changed company, I bought another start package, but never did anything about it. So I think that's and slowly I started hearing maybe a little bit more about some other products that was very good, and I was curious about, what are these products, what can they do, but I never really did much about the business side until one day where, I don't know, things in my life really changed. And of course I'd heard about residual income, but in my work and my life, things suddenly changed, and I felt like I needed residual income. That was the only choice to be a good person for me, to do the things I wanted to do. I had to have residual income, and that's where I just turned on fire and started building teams. And suddenly I realized we are industry of working with people. You can change the products, and we have some great products. That's not what I doubt. But having a business where actually I feel like I invest in people, I find people and I invest in people, and I feel that's my kind of game. Like what you do, Simon, is also trying to teach about mindset and overcoming obstacles and all these things. And I felt like as a psychotherapist, I know something about that. So I feel like I have a lot to give to other people. And the whole thing I felt like everything fell into place. When I saw the residual income, I saw that my parents needed me. I shouldn't be a psychotherapist sitting in one chair 30, 40 hours a week. I had to have freedom to travel and to do my business at the same time.
How did you switch? You said 17 years ago when your friend sold you, and all the time you were using the products, you didn't see yourself as being a salesperson. So how did you grow? But you became once you made that decision to become successful, to do it, you became successful.
Yeah.
What was the switch?
Well, I had to. I was in a situation where I was pregnant, and I actually had a good job, and I was pregnant, and already I was a single mom while pregnant. We broke up before I found out I was pregnant. I didn't plan my life that way, but that was the way my life turned out. And 10 days after giving birth, my dad fell with a stroke, and everything changed. And I couldn't come back to my job, so I was without a job, and I was with parents that needed me, and alone with a little baby. So that's when I figure out I have to work hours that are, decided when I want to do this, when I'm able to do this. So I think that's why the big change, really took off. That I had to I had to do this. That was that was the only way. And then once doing that, it changed the whole thing. I started seeing that what it is to achieve success. I knew I can do anything when I really put my mind to it. And I really do believe that people can do that as well. When they really, really have to, when they have no other choice, they're going to do it. They're going to sell products. They're going to pick up the phone and call people, although they're shy. So when you really have to, you can do so much more than you think you can do. But a lot of time you don't feel like you have to.
Right. Can you share a story where you probably wouldn't have done something, but maybe it's like following up for a prospect, but because you were in your very difficult situation, you did it?
I was at a point where I was looking for people to sign in. I had like a rank that I really wanted to achieve, and I was sitting with my laptop and my phone and thinking, I need to call people. I don't know who to call, but I need to call somebody because I need to sign up, these people before Sunday night, and I have to. And I put on some very powerful, strong music to put me in the mood. And I started calling. I said, okay, these products, who could they actually be used by? And I started calling people, and I did it wrong. And they cursed me out and hung up the phone. And I said, all right, I need to call more of these people, but approach them in a different way. And so I called them up, and instead of saying, hey, I need to sell you some products, I started by saying, hey, I'm in the same business as you, and I really like to network with new people. Maybe you want to share a cup of coffee. I said, I just need to go out and meet people. So I actually filled my whole calendar with people that I had to drink coffee with, and I met, and I just started talking about all the potential I saw in this industry, and I ended up signing up a lot of those people I had coffee with. So that was one time where I didn't know what to do. I was shy about it, but I just felt like I had to do it.
That's very inspiring. What would you say was an aha moment that you had? That you signed up some people, but then your business really, really grew fast.
I think I had a lot of aha moments, but some of them was like when people started calling me back, and when my distributors started talking about the same things as I've heard as a psychotherapist. Like, I feel I can't do this. I feel I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. It feels like my brain is stopping me. It feels like I just can't get the energy. And I'm like, wow, this is what I worked with as a psychotherapist. This is not just our industry. This is what's happening in life. And that's when I got inspired also to think this is an industry where the business is already made, and that's the beauty of it. So you come down to your emotions, your obstacles, your limitations, and for a lot of people, it sounds good that you put up a slogan, a quote, or something, blah blah. But for me, it's the real work. To work with people and to help them overcome this, and to get out on the other side and achieve what they want to achieve. I think that is the beauty of it, because we grow people, we grow leaders, and some of them don't believe it. Like, I didn't see myself as a team leader when I started this, but I grew into it. And I think that's one of the things that we have to do. We have to help people grow.
If someone who's never really had success before, and they have a lot of doubts, right? They love network marketing. They see you, they listen to the podcast, but their mindset, like I've never been successful. Was never smart a student. I was never a good employee. How do they overcome that? Because network marketing allows them to be successful, but how do they overcome that mindset?
I think sometimes you have to start really, really small. Like when people wants to change their lifestyle to something more healthy, start by drinking more water. That's such an easy step. Just start by drinking more water, and then things will follow. So a lot of times I say to people, like, just put yourself in, like, add 3 new friends on Facebook and just say hello. And then let that be your work for the next week, and hire a cheerleader in your head. Instead of having a negative person telling you all the time you can't do it, oh, they're going to laugh at you, nobody's going to buy anything from you, blah, 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 blah. You have to change that voice to be a cheerleader and say, you can do it, you're the best, wow, you did your 3 today, you can do 3 tomorrow as well. So you have to have that inner cheerleader instead of an inner, like, person criticizing you all the time. And I think a lot of people have that, that voice criticizing them day in and day out. And once they get rid of that, and that would be one of the things I also say, well, therapy, I really believe therapy can take away some of those challenges very quickly to release the potential of a person. Why go through 5 years if you can do it in 3 months with psychotherapy?
Yes. Yeah, I like what you said, like hire a cheerleader, right? Because I think most of us are very negative. The negative voice is always way louder than the cheerleader. And you talk about starting small. So most people are struggling. They have these big goals, big tasks, and then once they don't make it, then the negative becomes worse and worse, right?
Yes.
So you start with small and have that cheerleader. How did you build your business while being, single mom, take care? How did you have the time to do that?
I used like all the time that I could get. I remember going around with what is it called, the baby carriage, and passing out notes in mailboxes, so so you use all the time that you actually have. And I was very dedicated, and I was very focused on that. I have to give up some of the time, like when other baby mamas was like baking cakes and all these, I was on the phone talking business. Every time that the baby slept, I was talking business. I was sending messages. I was, doing, and they were like, how can you do this all at once? And I'm like, I have to. So when you really have to, you can do it. And I always say, like, you have to find out if you want something. You also need to find out are you willing to give up to have that. Because you can't just, demand more and more and more of life. You can't say, I want my Saturday with relaxation and Netflix, and I want to be successful in network marketing. You have to find out what are you willing to give up to have this success. And people don't think about that. Like, oh, I have to give up my, evening on the couch, but I'm really tired. Yeah, but you have to give it up. You might be tired, but you have to give it up. You have to go 2 hours more.
Yeah.
And that's just the way it is. And I hear a lot of people, I also have a motto, like, where I say, well, let's see. Because we have a lot of people in this industry talking, well, I want to be this. Yeah, I want to have this. But once it comes down to when they have to give something up to get what they're talking about, it's not that simple. Then they're not willing to give up a birthday party or, another hobby they have. Well, I have to go hockey training. Well, maybe you have to give up that if you want to achieve this. And it's not me being demanding of people. I'm just being realistic.
Yeah.
And once you get to a certain point, and I think that's important to understand, once you get to a certain point where you have all your bills paid in residual income, you can have all the hockey time in the world. That feeling of having residual income paying your bills, wow, that's freedom. And I don't care about money, but I love freedom. I really felt like I'm a really I'm on a heartfelt mission to help more people experience that freedom. Because too many people are stuck in a salary cycle they can't get out of, and they're not happy, and they're not, they're drained, they're, all these things. And actually, it doesn't really take that much in network marketing to get your bills paid by residual income. But yes, you do have to go full force and hire that cheerleader, go through everything. And can we curse on this program?
But prefer not, but you will be beeped out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You have to own your own beep.
Yeah.
You have to own it, the good and the bad and the excuses and everything. You have to own it and take responsibility for it, the whole thing. And it's not the same as saying, well, you can't have a bad day. I tell people, well, you know what? Everybody has a bad day. And you go and you tuck yourself in and you feel sorry for yourself and then get it over with, and then you get up and continue.
Yes, I love that. I love the no BS. It's very straight. You have to make the sacrifices, and it's a short term. I think if everyone, and I understood this later on, if everyone knew what residual income was like, they would work so much more harder.
I know. I
right?
know. And it wouldn't matter if it was 2 years or 5 years. Just do whatever it freaking takes. And we all have different roads, so we can't compare. For some people, it can take a year. For some people, it take 10 years. But no matter what, give it everything you got, because it's worth it, and it's possible, and it's right there. And I think that's the beauty of our industry. And I think for me, I just really want to help more people to achieve that, to feel that in their life.
Yeah.
Because this is freedom, and money today is freedom.
Going back to your journey, what was your worst moment, Mona, in network marketing? To the point that you maybe even had doubts or you wanted to quit, but you didn't. And that's why you are where you are today.
I changed company, and I think that was a very difficult process, because when you're in network marketing and it feels like people that you have achieved rank together with and you work with and you have spent nights on the phone with, and suddenly you realize, well, they're not gonna come with you, and so at the same time, I feel a big responsibility. People that I sign into a company, I feel that I have to keep that promise to them. So changing company was really hard for me, because I felt like I broke my promise to them, and I left a lot of friends. And I knew that we were forced to take a side, and I felt that was really, really hard. But at the same time, I knew personally, I could not go on in that company.
So if people didn't follow you, you saw that, did you ever see that as like a lack of loyalty or lack of trust? And how did you overcome that?
Well, like everything else is like, this is a very emotional business, because, you create teams and you create relations, but I felt like I've recruited a lot of my friends into that company, and it felt like, well, I just have to go out and make new friends. I have to go out and build a new network. I just did it because I had to. Again, I felt like I don't have a choice. I have to do this. There's no turning back. I can't go back to the job. I have to make this work.
Let's switch topics a little bit, Mona.
Yeah.
How important is consistency to success?
I think it's very important. I wouldn't say it's important all year round, but if you can have periods where you're so much on fire that everyone around you feel the heat, and you have to have those periods, because it's the heat and the passion that fires up your business. and then again, you do have to have some things that you do even though you don't feel like it. And I have like a lot of things on my phone that I can post that looks like I'm on fire for the days that I'm actually not on fire. So I know what to post, even when I don't feel it, then I do have something to post on social media. So in a certain sense, I'm showing up without really showing up. And for me, I don't believe in the, you have to fake it, but I do believe in, I'm not doing this for myself. I feel I'm on a mission here for other people, that what I have to give and the opportunity that I have is so important that more people learn about this. And I'm not talking about my company or my products. I'm talking about network marketing. So many people need to know about this industry. And I really think that we should all do more to, like you do, promote network marketing, talk about network marketing, and not just look at, I need to recruit into my company. If everybody used like 10% of their energy to promote network marketing and inform people about network marketing, I do believe we're going to see such a big rise in this industry, and I really think it deserves it. And I think also that we have to be responsible in the way that we treat it. Greed and hype are on the way out, and it should be on the way out. And the heartfelt mission to help is on the way in. That's really what I believe. And I do believe that more and more people want to do that. The hype and greed is getting old. We don't need it. Nobody wants it. You can't trust it. But the heartfelt mission to go out and help people within this industry, I see is growing every day. And I love that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you for doing that. Hey, thank you so much, Mona. As we go towards the end of the show, some quick questions to pick your brain.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And these can be quick answers. The first one is, what is one of your favorite success quotes that motivates you?
I think it's but it's not a success quote, but it's "This too shall pass." I think that is such a profound quote that gives so much hope in just a few words, because we all find ourselves in deep trouble once in a while, and we just need to overcome that and look into the horizon and say, this is not going to be forever. And everybody think that success is just up, 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 up. It's not. It's up and down and up and down and up and down. And also I have a quote that my father told me: remember that the people that you meet on the way up is the same people that you meet on the way down. So this is like, stay humble. Don't think just because you're this rank or now you're, in momentum, don't step on anybody else.
Yes, that's good. Very good. What's one habit that's helped you become successful?
Music, powerful music. I can turn my mood around with music.
What type of music you like?
I like, it's all kind of like very strong rock music until, but also like disco music. That song, I Am What I Am. I love that because it's just, I don't care what everybody's, I have to live my life. I have to do me, and I have to fill the whole room if I want to. So stuff like that is really empowering me and can really change my mood if I want to. And I have it in the car, I have it in the bathroom, I have it everywhere where I want to empower myself and change my mood.
What's the best piece of advice you ever received, Mona?
The best piece of advice, I would say, keep them in one more day. And this is about recruitment, is that it's easy to let go of someone and say, okay, you have to, get out of my group or get out of it, but keep them in one more day. You never know what's going to happen tomorrow. So when you have a distributor, try to keep them in one more day. And if you have to let them go in peace. Always give them a chance to return on good terms.
What's the best, Ajay, what's your favorite prospecting tool? So say you have a qualified prospect. Do you send them a video? Do you do a Zoom? Or do you add them to a Facebook group? What do you like to do?
I like to have them on a three-way call. Because I can ask them questions and I can get to know them. And I use a lot of humor also. I want to find out what makes them laugh. Because when you laugh together, you feel like you're connecting in a certain way. So I really like to meet on Zoom and talk to people.
Do you have a favorite online resource that you had mentioned, Zoom but anything like a Dropbox, Evernote, or favorite app on your phone that you could recommend?
All the time new apps are coming up. It's such an exciting, area that it's like every half year something new comes up. So I would say, no, I don't have one because they change all the time, but I have the curiosity to go there and look for new apps. I love that. Find a new app every 3 months.
What's 2 or 3 books you could recommend to ML Nation?
I'm actually part of a book project myself coming out called Momentum Makers together with Jordan Adler that I think is going to be so inspiring to so many people. So Momentum Makers is coming out very soon. And then I have a book, it's by a Danish lady, Camille Hammerich, that's called Allow Yourself to Dream Big. Because it's about that mental barrier that if you can't imagine the lifestyle and the possibilities with the residual income, if you can't imagine that, then it's hard to achieve it. And it sounds very simple, but this is her journey and some tools to break through that limitation of your own beliefs.
And here's the last question, the $1 million question. You ready?
Yes.
Imagine you had to start all over again and you knew no one, but you had all your current knowledge, skills, and wisdom. What's the first thing you do or the first place you go to build a network marketing business from scratch?
Definitely Facebook.
What would you do on Facebook?
I would do everything. I would like go into groups and find people that have the same interest as me. I would connect with people in network marketing groups, not by posting things, but trying to help people and see, you know what, I saw what you did there, maybe I can help you with something. So it's a tool not for posting or advertising, but it's a great tool for socializing, to find out, how is the vibe, I love connecting with women around my age who have tried to have their own business some way. I really connect with them, and I can feel when there's a good connection, that's where I also enjoy socializing.
Thank you so much. As we wrap up, any last words or advice, and then what's the best way our listeners can connect with you?
Well, I have a page called MonaChristensen.com and then Coach Mona Christensen on Facebook.
And then any last words of advice?
Go for it. I mean, and be nice, do love. And when we go out here and we do love, we have so much to give to people. Don't always think of yourself. Think of that the more people we can help, the more successful we become. And we really have to go out with that help of things. This is not about you. This is about all the people that needs to know the possibilities with network marketing.
Hey, ML Nation, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And today, you've been hanging out with Mona Christensen. So keep up the momentum and go to mlnation.com and click on the podcast tab and all the show notes and the nuggets of wisdom and the links to connect with Mona will be right there. Hey, in order to be successful in life, in business, and in network marketing, you must help others. So Mona, thanks again for sharing your valuable time with ML Nation. We're grateful to you, and we appreciate you for having a positive impact on millions of distributors worldwide. Thank you so much again, and God bless you.
Thank you.